Evening, everybody. ICY here once again, talking about crap that bothers the hell out of me. Well, I'm going to focus on the border for tonight, if you don't mind, and you'll understand why. Joe Biden, on the first day in office, abolished all the policies that former President Donald Trump had imposed to secure the border. He stopped the construction of the border wall, even though it was already paid for and the equipment was waiting to be installed, and he just let it sit there and rot. He also basically opened up the floodgates and allowed, within less than 4 years, over 8 million illegals to come into this country. At present, over 20,000 Chinese nationals have come into this country. Funny thing is, the vast majority of these individuals coming in from China are all military-age, single young men. So for me, okay, you call me a conspiracy theorist if you wish, but it sounds like an invasion to me. I mean, 8 million illegals, 20,000 Chinese. We just recently saw the news reports of a young lady who was raped and murdered by an illegal who came up here, I believe it was from Venezuela. So let me ask you this. If you change policy to allow people to come into this country illegally, and you do nothing about it, you refuse to properly vet these people so you know what their background is. You've had unconfirmed reports that various governments are emptying out their prison systems and sending these people to the United States. So if you have all of this mixed into the pot, and now you have citizens being raped and murdered in the United States, wouldn't the term aiding and abetting be applied to whoever encouraged these people to come here and encouraged them to commit crimes? That would be Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Senator Chuck Schumer, Alejandro Mayorkas, and Anthony Blinken, to name a few. These people know that prior to Biden being elected, the border was fairly secure, not totally, but fairly secure. That the policies in place were keeping the vast number of illegals from coming. We were not seeing train loads, if you will, of illegals coming in caravans. So the policies were working under Trump, and Biden abolished the policies. That right there is aiding the illegals to come into this country without being properly verified who they are. So that makes them criminals. If you come into this country at any place other than a designated port of entry, claiming asylum or wanting to come to the U.S. regardless, you are a criminal. You are violating federal law. Though it's a misdemeanor, it should be a felony, but it's a misdemeanor coming into this country illegally. So these people are just coming. Border Patrol is not able to do their jobs because their immediate boss, Alejandro Mayorkas, is telling them you will focus on processing paperwork instead of protecting our border and keeping illegals from coming across. So he definitely should be sitting in jail for aiding and abetting in the murder of U.S. citizens. I can see Biden going, and the reason why I say that Biden should be in prison is very simple. He has been deemed mentally unfit to be convicted or tried in regards to the illegal documentation that was found in his possession. So if he was mentally fit when he was a senator and he illegally took the documentation out of the SCIF, which you have to sign in and sign out, you're not supposed take anything out of the skiff, but apparently, as a senator, he did. So you have documentation that was taken out of the skiff by Joseph Biden as the senator. And then you have additional documentation that was taken out of Washington, D.C., the White House, whatever you want to put it, while he was vice president. Now, he was storing these classified documents in his garage next to his Corvette. Photographic evidence already showed that. The other place that he was storing it was a building that I believe was owned by a university, and he had offices that were assigned to him. Funny thing is that that building was located right alongside of Chinatown, and since he's kind of linked to the Chinese, it stands to reason that somebody knew something that is being covered up. Not only that, but why would you send lawyers to go and gather up that information? That's not a lawyer's job to do. That is law enforcement's position to do. Lawyers don't have the right to go and gather up classified documentation. That's not their position. So this has been a real cluster from the very beginning. So they're actually covering up for Biden right now. So if you take that into account, that everything he's done so far has been totally illegal, and you add to the fact that he broke he canceled all the executive orders that Donald Trump had put into place to protect our border. He intentionally stopped the construction on the border wall, and he's denying Arizona and the state of Texas from completing the border wall. I mean, he sued them. So that is intent. I don't care how you want to look at it. He intended for all these illegals to come into this country. That is aiding and abetting. The actual definition is means to assist someone in committing or encouraging someone to commit a crime. Well, encouraging people to come here illegally and then these people murder citizens, that falls under aiding and abetting, which is a felony. And those people that I had named earlier should be arrested. Now let's see if the Department of Justice will pull their head out of their butt and enforce the law. Or is it some laws? It depends upon what political party they're supporting, right? I see out.